in the music little place, I really do think
services make a lot of money.
Yeah,
but yeah, going back to with the whole Ace Hood and T-Pain thing, I think a lot of times, I think with T-Pain in particular, I don't think his time was done. I think so he let outside criticism influence his
That's true.
Career. I think he stopped because he was getting so much negative stuff from people within the industry, not even people who are buying your records.
Because I think someone said, could you even sing?
Right, or people who are supporting you. People are supporting you, but I think it's just he let those people get under his skin, and because of that, we no longer heard about
Yeah, that was it. Y'all thought Future was gonna be done too, and I'm like, oh, he got that type of sound, and before you know it, he'll be out. But I think a lot of times, you gotta keep going. You get what I'm saying? Even somebody down to Plies said, and it's like, I would never do a feature with another rapper because I'm not gonna, go for something that I can do for myself.
That's when he was really big.
That when he was really big. But now, he got a whole bunch of features with a bunch of young rappers to get his name on.
And then too, see it be you gotta and too. Speaking of this, of course we can never know what the future holds. But sometimes you be ahead of yourself and you saying stuff and you don't never know as you grow. Sometimes you get smarter. Sometimes you just don't think the same way anymore, and you just everybody got different things. But this here with the T-Pain, the music hall industry, I swear, and I keep saying it, it's nothing I would want to be.
Let me ask y'all this question, right? With the whole music industry and how everything is top secret and everybody got to hold each other's secrets and things like that, would it be in this many years later, do y'all think T-Pain was right for putting it out even though it's been all of these years, or is it something that he should still
just saying that
to protect Usher and his image?
No. I mean, even if he would have said, listen, at the end of the day, if somebody were going to say, okay, with Usher, you're not like a big name. I mean, you're good, people know you, but you're not a big name to where people can be like, okay, yeah, let me don't say nothing, because let's not forget about the green stuff that he got going on circulating in his body with the herpes.
Yeah, but even still, then it's the whole reputation thing. Usher is, the nice guy, the R&B guy, this, that, and the third. But you know how they usually say, it was somebody in the industry and not specifically name names.
Oh, yeah.
I was kind of surprised that he actually named the person.
They need to say names because that's a form of bullying, for one.
Yeah.
And then that also needs to teach people as well. Like, look, you might have said something. You ain't think twice about it. You got off the flight, went with your rest of your life. You don't realize that you put somebody into a depression. That's the reason we always have to be careful about what we say and how we say it. Because you don't know how thick a person's skin is. And it's not for nobody to say, oh, you need to have tougher skin. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know your situation. I'm grown. I don't got to come tell you nothing.
But then, too, Nick, I know that you say this, but seriously, like you just said, whether you have that or not, but you do have to have it. But when it's on social media, how it is now, I don't care how tough your skin is, it's going to crack. Because K. Michelle just had a live where she totally broke down, and she's one chick that would snap and go cuckoo on anybody and just do not care.
I think that's a facade.
No, I don't. That is her. But if you got millions and millions of people talking
people are sensitive about other things, especially a woman is sensitive about what she looks like.
Yeah, and now with that lupus, like the lupus thing, she said she almost died, and then people are saying how she... Yeah, this she got the lupus, and she's saying, okay, people are saying how she looks now, why she's so much like prettier or something like that, which I have no clue, but she does look really good. And she was just crying like, dang, y'all, what do y'all want me to do? I'm sorry for that I look better and you guys don't like it. But she was like, y'all have not seen me on anything. I have not been on anything. I've been sick, and if I do come out and do something, she said, I would take a picture here and there on Instagram. And this is where it's like, wow, these people did that with Jasmine as well.
Yeah.
Jasmine, the girl has been big forever. Not like whether it's chunky or big. She's been that way. And now she lose the weight. Oh my gosh, you're so skinny now. Oh,
same thing with Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah, like, geez. What do y'all want people to do? It's like you can't change. If you change, y'all know in the celebrity world, we know that they got these surgeries. Then everybody, oh no, so just tell us. And you know that's so embarrassing. You could be a celebrity and then you go on a talk show like Wendy Williams. Well, just tell us, what work did you get done? Because you look so good. What work did you get done? And everybody just hit the same thing. Like, I just got my nose and that was it.
But you see, but you gotta say you in LA, it's like a normal thing to get work done. So, what did you do? Because I can't put my finger on it. You did something.
Yeah, but they would never go and say any part except, but just my nose done. I got a little lip.
Just a little filler,
yeah. There's a little filler. I just got my lip, but it's kind of like, you can look at me. I did get something done, so why does?
But it's nobody's business. If
it's nobody's business
to talk about it. Cool. That's just like in real life. You know, well, did you pay your car off or did you put down on it? I mean, hey, listen. Whatever I say is what I say. It's nobody's business. I don't have to say, oh, well, yeah, you know, I got a good down payment, and you know, I got a good, you know, if I
go down there from At Least Cars, that's where I got mine from.
You know what I paid cash for it. I paid everything off. You know, I ain't got nail payment on it or nothing.
Yeah, just hey, I seen you just got your little your home first time buyer home. Did you get the first time buyer or the Habitat or housing? Which one? Yeah. Then you be like, okay, first of all, I mean not none three of those. not that it would be even bad, but why are you asking me this? That's
but what people want to do personally is on their business. But back to T-Pain, we kind of went off a little bit. But long story short, because I know we started rambling a little bit, we started talking about some other things. But long story short, with T-Pain, with what Jen was saying, do I feel like Usher should T-Pain have covered Usher? I don't think so. I feel like he should have, said exactly how he said it. It's been so many years ago. He did follow that conversation with a tweet saying like, look, I don't got no problems with this guy that was so old. That was a long time ago. You know what I mean? This,
but too, you know what? How could he put that? Because then it would have came out to seem in a way if someone called you or one-on-one and y'all have like a conversation, not somebody talking about you or just putting this. I'm pretty sure Usher didn't. Because if he said it, so I'm pretty sure he had to tell other people, like, oh my God, he gonna mess it up for all of us. Yeah. And my sales going down, which they have always went down. I do better when I'm doing these concerts. If I'm not sweating and dancing really hard, and it depends. Because I love him. I know everything about this guy. Now, the whole thing is that I don't think that would have been something to say. Well, I'm saying like, okay, yes, emotionally it touched you, but I don't know if it could have been something where you could have verbally said, you know what? Guys, Usher just told me to come back.
I'm going to say this, and a friend of mine told me this when I was 17 years old, 16, I don't remember. She was a little bit older than me. She told me, and it stuck with me, God rest her soul. Great person.
Don't be shamed.
She say, don't do nothing you're going to be ashamed of. So if you're going to say something that you don't want nobody else to hear, then you probably don't need to be saying it. So if I said your name, I said it. Because you said, you said it. You wasn't ashamed enough to come to me and tell me.
Yeah, that's true. But how do you say, how do you say as an adult and being a man that Usher had he said, okay, you know what, he wanted to speak to me really quick. And kind of said, like, he was serious, like you effing up the game with this auto-tune stuff.
But saying being a man don't have it, that's the issue too.
Yeah,
that's therapeutic.
Didn't we just talk about that with the whole Trick Daddy situation, him being honest and him being telling his truth or whatever.
Exactly, and that's the whole thing. There's nothing wrong with it. And he said there's nothing wrong with it. He said, you know what, it put me in a bit of a 4-year depression.
Well, I get it.
So that's his truth. You said your truth.
But then again, too, everything that you think don't have to be said. I just feel like it's not that
much. I feel like, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't that deep for Usher to say something because T-Pain was still new. Of course, he was super hot, but he hadn't made a stamp on the industry.
He looked at him in a way, too. Like,
Usher, when somebody, that's just like your mom or your dad. I'm not going to put them on the same level, but somebody that you grew up respecting and listening to and, you know what I'm saying, whatever, come to you and say, hey, look, you're not doing a good job on this, or that, and the third. It's like you finally getting in the industry and Rihanna pull you to the side and say, I don't really feel like, with what you're doing with fashion or whatever, like, I don't really feel like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That would be very hurting, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Like, y'all think Usher was jealous?
Yes. I think a lot of singers were jealous because people didn't want to hear that type of music.
You know what I equate this to?
What?
With the whole frenzy that's going on with everybody getting BBLs and stuff like that. Mm. And, you have girls that are very natural and, they have naturally nice bodies. And I had a friend of mine who just said, she hates how everybody is, and it's not funny. She hates how everybody's getting BBLs and stuff because it really messes it up for people like her that's natural.
Right.
And that's what keeps playing in my mind as I hear this, because it's like, okay, Usher feels like you messing up my money because you done came out with a shortcut.
Right.
You know?
But it's a different style. Like, okay, you know what too? In the music thing, I'm just sorry. It's certain things you probably would never be able to do. It just, I don't know who it could be. But like with Keke White, she really do like country music. Mm-hmm. And there's something she tried to do and it did not work for her. But that is something that she wanted to do because she do kind of sound country.
Yeah,
that southern country way. But she wanted to actually make a whole CD with country, and that did not go good. Mm-hmm. So there's, even though you have an idea, I think you have to have a lot of pull. You got to just maybe do different things with different people that could see it. Because one thing I can say too that I don't appreciate, and this is how a lot of people lose themselves in the music industry or the industry at all. Once the fans get a hold to you of being one way, that's the only way we want to see you. We don't want to see you do nothing else outside of Kevin Hart. We're not, I mean, he got something now on
that's doing numbers. Fatherhood.
On Netflix?
Yeah, Fatherhood, it got great reviews.
Yeah, on that. Now the first thing I said, I'm like, okay, well dang, you know, maybe he could be a little serious. You know, and that
I haven't watched it yet.
I never seen it. I just seen like, you know, the little preview of it.
I have to watch it.
So I said, oh, well, maybe he could be a little serious, because most of the times people do not want to see you go into something else. They just put that down. So I don't know why Usher couldn't also look at this like, this is just another sound though. Like country music, R&B.
But I think it's the threat. It's the threat. People feel, if someone feels threatened, they're gonna want to trample over you. They're gonna want to bring you down. They're gonna want to, you know, make you feel smaller, you know, than what you are and things like that. I think that he was threatened.
Yeah,
and that was the most awkward of places. You were on a plane. You had to have the girl to wake him up. You couldn't do it yourself. She had to bring him. Bring you back there. You couldn't even wait till y'all landed or anything. You just had to say
on his mind.
You know, you done mustered up the courage right then and
drinking
there.
On the flight.
You know, you had to say it right there. It's just like, bro.
Yeah.
Lisa,
and probably give him that phony smile.
You know, I would have brought out an even bigger hit after that. Like, you're really gonna be mad at me after this.
Yeah.
You know,
and I think that's the thing, though. And I think, you know, when people doing stuff like that, hating on people because you can't find your place in that industry, what was so easy for you just to bring out a hit after hit after hit 10 years strong, and then now it's like, well, dog, what's going on?
Yeah, you just gotta work a lot more.
You gotta wait. And people can say the same thing about you when you came out with your, you know, you got rappers on your songs and things like that. A lot of R&B people wasn't on that. It's like, okay, well, we for the ladies, man. What you got going on?
You take the shortcut because you got all these hot people on your record.
Yeah, you know, you gotta respect the timing of music and the timing of everything, and that's just
in the ingenuity. I feel like new things are gonna come. Things that you're not used to are gonna come. That's just the nature of the beast. Yeah. You have to bend with it. You gotta go with the flow. You
that's fact. The men cities always talk about, you know, KRS-One, how he used to get so pissed off because the new rappers wasn't doing all of that, the lyrical. Yeah, see, we were very lyrical because see, once we said 1, 2, 3, 4, what they didn't realize what we were saying was 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, and all that stuff. Like, okay,
bro,
what?
No one gets that.
I don't. And who do smart? Like, who do all this proper smart? Like, we're in college teaching professor rapping. No, I don't even know what's gonna. You know,
because they got mad at the rappers, like but like especially like with when the boys came out, like Yin Yang Twins, and Lil Jon, and all of them. Oh, they can't respect that at all.
And then and even now, and that's why, guess what? Regardless of what, I think a good person, and you have to be very smart and intelligent, know when you're walking into something how to do, especially if you was a singer, because I always said I'm not going to be a background singer. Remember when I used to let you be the background singer and I was always Faith Evans? Right. I was not going to be a background singer because I knew, guess what? The good singer is going to leave the group and the background singer is just be sitting up there like, okay, so what do we do now?
What do we do?
Like, what do we do? And you almost pleading like, no, come on, this was a group. You're trying to split up the group. Yeah, it's not me. It's like my manager think that it's for the best. You know, come on. Yeah, like, no, nobody understands that. Like, this is the way I eat. I can't eat if you're not, you know. But when you're doing that, I think you do have to have, what is that guy from New Edition? What was his name? Little Michael, the one with the big head.
Mike Bivens.
I don't know if that was him. I don't know. One of the guys. You know, where he started to ask, I think Quincy Jones, I don't know if it was him. Yeah, I think it was him. He started to go in and ask, even as a child, okay, so what do this do? And to start to knowing, because we wasn't getting paid nothing. I never seen it. We was just on the road as kids. They were just dressing us up. Our parents' homes was not getting paid for it, and if they did, they like one time maybe gave them $500 to parents, and that was it. But they was not having no money. He said as a child, he used to, the others would sleep, go in there looking at how do I become a producer, because this is where the money is at. It's not in singing. So if you're going to do that, you still do need to know how do I try to like do something else, whatever is trending. Because for whatever reason, some people's voice just ain't going to last. But who is one of the ones that regardless of what goes on, their voice still is like...
Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's been like pretty much the only person. And then
is it because he looks so young or something still?
I think he's a great performer, and I think he touched a lot of people. Like he's like whatever. He's like really.
He can switch it up. He raps too.
Yeah, but I don't think people care about the rapping. But I think what happened. No, I'm being honest. I don't feel like they care about that. But I think what it is the way that he sings, and he does switch up with time. You know, he's growing with time, whatever the arm, because he loves music enough. And obviously, he's not no old man. So I feel like when you're in your early 30s, like you caught in the middle of two generations. So it's like you can still make things happen. You get what I'm saying?
Even Tank is coming. So like Tank is doing good. You know, I think it's just who you are. If you can sit down and not just let nobody, you can't just wake up in the middle of the night. You know what? I'm gonna get it back. No, you're not. You got to do a little bit more than that. You can't just wake up like that.
In some sense, you got to kind of stay true to who you are too. You do have to add new, a nuance to it or whatever. But I feel like Tank will always be Tank, and he has to, bring some of that Tank that everybody knows. Yeah. Same with Chris Brown. You have to bring some of those vocals that everybody know you for.
Yeah. You can't just do straight up what Tyrese did with the whole Shame song. That's done. That's over.
And that was the one, and honestly, you know what?
He's a great singer to me. I just love him. I'm just gonna say that.
Tyrese.
I just love his songs. I don't know why.
So, okay. And so, guys, I just wish.
So that's that.
Yeah, because it doesn't even matter. Because you know what? I just the way I just looked at you because you were talking about.
I love me some Ray J.
Singing?
Yes!
He's a good dude. I love Ray J because of who he is. He's a cool guy. But I like One Wish. I will be honest. But nothing else. Nothing else.
I'm just gonna now who you like next? Omarion?
Jamie Foxx. He was another one that I like.
Jamie Foxx is good.
He's okay.
I love Omarion.
Now Omarion has some good hits now. That O and that Icebox,
Naked.
That's Marcus Houston.
And see, you're saying your age because that's what because you just saying it. No, like, yeah, you are.
She said it with a chest.
Yes, you might as well say immature if you was gonna do that, and that's not even of your kind. I think it was what B2K, the B2K movement. I mean, but hey, now you see, guys, everybody has their own ear because that what she just said. I mean, and again, I think they could sing, but they would never ever. If someone just thought I would be in the desert lost if they said, okay, think of the guys that you know can sing. He would never. They would never. I would never. And they do have some songs that's good, but I would never think of them.
No, I don't think they could sing like "Sing Me," whatever. But they have.
I mean, they're good.
But I'm saying, how you gonna act with Tyrese and stuff? I feel like that was a good song or whatever. Ray J do have One Wish. It's not like I don't like none of their songs, but that's not what I say.
Certain ones.
Yeah, I wouldn't have That's not somebody that would.
Yeah, and I'm being honest. If I was in the desert and I can get some water and it said name every male singer, I swear to God, I probably would be thirsty and about to die because I never would say.
I would never set them out.
And they'd be like, listen, it doesn't matter if they could sing or not. You just name a male artist that could sing. Name all of them, 10. I couldn't think of them. I'd be even going and wailing in the back. Charlie Wilson, Michael Jackson. I would never say their names.
I would never say Ray J. I definitely.
And they'll be like, okay, no. Think of somebody that's a male that's in their early 30s, like 30, 32. Oh God, who? Chris Brown? Who? Give me something. It won't be them. But guys, there you have it from us and what we're even saying. There, I guess June Ju said what she had to say. We all said this, and
all right. From my final thoughts would be, if you're doing something, you have to be your number one fan. You have to be the one that believes in you the most. I do feel like you get the most criticism when you are doing something right. If you aren't getting criticism, then you need to work harder. I do feel like T-Pain did take an L on this. I do feel bad that he went through those 4 years of depression, but at the end of the day, he was on the top. And he could have stayed there had his mind been stronger, but that's the past. And I'm just happy that he is resurfacing and he is getting his flowers.
Yeah, and I agree. Definitely, I feel like whatever you're doing, I don't care if you're a singer, I don't care if you're a writer, I don't care if you do fashion, I don't care if you do YouTube. Whatever you do, you need to be confident in, and I don't care if nobody, likes it or maybe nobody don't get it yet. People will come around. You do what you love, and that's it. You get what I'm saying? So definitely have tough skin and be your number one fan.
Yeah. And I totally agree. Also, with T-Pain, a lot of that as well is coming. That did too happen with him feeling that way, but a lot of that happened because he blew that money, and I know he thought that would never happen. He blew the whole millions just. Having that big head and he just blew millions of dollars just doing a lot of dumb stuff. And that contributed to that as well. Sure. And it did. But, it's good, hey, encourage yourself all the time. You always got to encourage yourself first and then you do the other things. Look and see sometimes what's out. Look and see what people like in you and you keep going because the greats never succeed first. They come along like, If nobody never told me nothing, if I never read Michael Jordan's story, I would never have ever thought it, okay? The many times that they said, no, you cannot, because this man, I don't even understand how he was flying in space jams. I don't even understand that, but you do have to do that. So, guys, talk to somebody, encourage yourself, and then also understand that not everybody's going to like what you do. They don't supposed to because it's an opinion. Don't worry about it. Me, I've always been a gothic chick, and I'm going to stay being that way. And that's just what that is. We all are out, and keep true to yourself. Leave those comments down below. We love you guys, and we will see you, I guess, when we going to see them.
The next video.
In the next video. Jen and Ju.
See you guys in the next video.
Okay.
We'll be waiting.
All right.